All aboard the fat train to Skinnyville. If you are fat or plump, wanna lose your gut or rump, get on the fat train. Wipe away that frown, watch the scales go down on the fat train. A few weeks from now, people will ask you how you don't look the same. You will smile and grin and say you took a spin on the fat train. If you can see ahead and you've got the will, you will arrive in Skinnyville on the fat train. All aboard! As my old buddy the Idaho hillbilly says, hello Americans and other friends and subscribers from around the world. I had to steal that from him just today. He's been having fun using my tagline, you know, when I end a video. He's always, hello Americans and other friends and subscribers from around the world. I mean, man, I can't believe all the countries I have subscribers in. This right here is an afterthought. I had already done my video and then I forgot to say a couple of things, so this might seem a little strange when we kick back into the main video. But what I want to do is I'd almost forgotten to express my appreciation to a viewer in Texas. His name is Robert, and I don't know if you can tell that I have some nice lighting going on here or not. I don't know if you can tell it or even noticed yet, but he sent me a 596, I don't know, an LED light with 500 and something little LED bulbs in it. Professional light, expensive light, and stand as a gift. He said, I enjoy your videos, you've helped me a lot, saved me a bunch of money, and he just wanted to be nice, and I want to show this to you. I'm just amazed, I'm in shock. He sent me this really nice light here, and this nice stand. And I just cannot say thank you enough. That is so kind. I really do appreciate that, Robert. And I'm not using your whole name because you know how people are. They like to, they find somebody that's nice to someone else and they want to stick their hand out. I ain't gonna do that. But I just want to say thank you. That means a lot. Okay, well, I'll shut up now, and the video will start after you see Doing It Cheap Studios presents. All right, on with the video. Well, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're not having a drawing today. The reason we're not having a drawing is because I don't have the gift manufactured yet. And just as soon as I get it manufactured, I will do a video doing a drawing for hitting 10,000. Even though I'm already at 18,700, 10,000 is a good, I don't know, milestone. So is 15, so is 20, 25. So I want the gifts that I give away for those 5,000 subscriber milestones to be something kind of special. And I want you to know I appreciate each and every one of you out there. My channel has grown beyond my wildest expectations. I mean, when I first started, I was hoping maybe within a year I could have 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm picking up about 100 subscribers a day. So bless y'all's heart, I sure do appreciate it. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to my subscribers out there and viewers who have left touching comments about my decision I've been having with Marley. For those of you that couldn't get through the entire video, at 3 o'clock I called the vet and said I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And they said that, you know, they were there whenever I need them. So I was surprised. I only got maybe a handful of haters or trolls or people that had absolutely no compassion in their heart whatsoever. Even though I deliberately said I don't want people saying that's just a damn dog. Even though I said I don't want people like that leaving a message, about a half a dozen did. And the neat thing about YouTube is I can block that user from ever leaving a comment on my channel again. So that's the nice warm and fuzzy feeling I get whenever somebody uses vulgar hate speech or just anything that just ain't right on my channel. I go to theirs and I just block them. I mean, block them from ever being able to leave a comment on my stuff. So, you know, I get the last laugh because I can't even hear them whine and cry about it. I have to create a whole new identity to leave another hate message, and then I do the same thing. So, screw them. Anyway, like I said, it's been a very emotional week. It's been very draining on me, and the hundreds of well wishes that I receive from y'all. I mean, I get through maybe 50 of them, I just have to quit. And then I read another 50 of them and quit. And it just, I can't believe the support that's out there for a man loving his dog. But anyway, today's coffee chat got a lot of things combined together because I don't want to wear y'all out with a whole bunch of different videos. This is my 2-week check-in on my weight. 2 weeks ago I weighed 304 pounds. At the end of week number 1 it was 296, so I lost 8 pounds. I expected a pretty good loss that first week because we have a lot of body waste that we have to get flushed out of our system. But I lost 8 pounds in 7 days. And then the second week I dropped from 296 to 291. I lost a legitimate 5 pounds of fat over the past week. So I am down 13 pounds in 14 days. And people, I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. It's not hard and you're not hungry. It's just, you got to set your mind to it and get all set up and get prepared for it, okay? But you can do it. And I mean, I'm going to be living testament to it right here. Every week I'll check in, let you know how I'm doing, good or bad. I'll let you know. But anyway, 13 pounds in 14 days. I'm excited. I hope to be able to keep up the pace. We'll see. Like one boy said, I only lost 5 pounds that week. I said, hey man, do you realize in 20 weeks, in less than 5 months, you can lose 100 pounds? I mean, how long did it take to put it on? And just think, in 5 weeks, 5 months, you'd be 100 pounds lighter. That just blows your mind. Just in 5 months. Wow. Hell, there's hope for me yet. Come summertime. Anyway, let's see what else we got to talk about here. Politics. I'm not going to talk politics. I've had people say, man, I don't go to a channel called Doing It Cheap to hear political views. the election's over. I'm not going to talk about politics, although I could go all day long. And anyhow, so we won't get into politics in my coffee chats. The weather's been crazy here. My poor old buddy Idaho Hillbilly. Y'all got to go to the Idaho Hillbillies channel. Bless his heart. They're having a hell of a time in Idaho with all that snow they got, and now the temperature changed, and here comes the rain, and all those foots of snow are now melting and flooding. Weiser or Weiser, I don't know how you pronounce it, W-E-I-S-E-R, Weiser, Idaho, is flooded. Ice and snow and mud and muck and water all over the roads. It's terrible. It's terrible down there. But check out my buddy's channel, Idaho Hillbilly, and tell him I sent you. He could sure use some subscribers. He's going through a hard time. That daggum flood hit, and oh, what is the word? I can't think of the word. Anyway, the water, sabotaged ain't the right word. Anyway, water got so high it ran down in his well, so it's ruined his water, you know, because it's contaminated from the floodwaters. And you know, in floodwaters there's everything. There's animal feces, there's everything in floodwater. There's human sewage. I mean, there's all kinds of nastiness, and it breached his wellhead, and so man, I feel bad for him. God, I feel bad for him. He's talking about how he's got another well. The problem is, I'm sure it's on the same aquifer. Oh, bless his heart. I told him, I said, man, I would be turning my water on and letting that run and run and run and run and run for days, hoping to try to lower the concentration of the contaminants out. But of course, I know it's already too late. But maybe get enough out where just a simple filter would work. Whew. Anyway, y'all check out my old buddy Idaho Hillbilly, and give him a subscribe to him and help him out. Man, if anybody needs it right now, he sure does. People talked about doing GoFundMe pages for Marley, and I checked into that, and folks, GoFundMe gets like 7.9% plus 30 cents for every donation. And you talk about somebody donates $1, hell, you don't get but 50 cents of it anyway, so hell with them. But the fact is, if I truly set my mind to getting surgery for that dog, I wouldn't, come hell or high water, I would raise $4,000. So that's not an issue. It just touches my heart. So many people out there willing to give and willing to help, and it's not necessary. If I truly felt that she had enough years left to justify a big major expense like that, I would do it. But from what I've read, boxers don't live much past 10, and she's over 8 years old now. So thank you anyway. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, she might be close to 10. I'm not sure. But I really appreciate everybody's support out there. Now, let me learn you something. I had an old boy. He's talking about building himself a pole barn. And he says, "PawPaw, I know you've got to know a way that I get the top of every one of my poles the same height." Well, sure. And you know, you don't take a 4-foot level and nail a 2x4 or whatever up to a post and level that one, and then go to the next one, level that, and go to the next level that. You get a lot of slop in that, a lot of error, there's a big margin for error in something like that. What you want to use, and I've done this in the mobile home industry, you want to use what's called a water level. And for those of you that's never used a water level, it's very simple, and I'm going to show you how it works. I don't have one in hand to demonstrate with, but I promise you I can draw the picture and you'll understand it. When I was in the mobile home business, I taught my setup crew how to use a water level, and they would go underneath that mobile home and they'd have it, sitting on the tires and on the tongue of the truck and all that. And I taught them how to go under there, build them piers, get every single one of those piers the exact same height with that water level, and when they let the air out of the tires and lowered the hitch on that truck, that trailer sat perfect. I mean, you didn't have to adjust the door or nothing. It all worked out great. Floors is perfect. All they had to do is put the augers in the ground, put the tie downs on. Anyway, here is how you can level something, and I don't care if it's 100 feet away. We're gonna, and this ain't using no laser thing right here. This is just using water. Now, we're going to pretend that this is some kind of jug that you have, and it's got water in it. Don't make fun of my drawing. Anyway, this could be a glass jug. It could be a 2-liter Coke bottle. It could be anything that you can see through. And it got ripples there because I just drew it. But after you set it up and leave it, then your water levels out, okay? Now, if we were to take us a hose, I like the clear tubing that they sell at Lowe's. It's about as big around as my little finger. And if we were to put us a rubber hose down in that jug, and suck on it, or do whatever we got to get this tube full of water, then this end over here, the reason we go with that clear tubing is because if this is full of water now, then you'll see the water level right here. Okay? Because water is going to seek its own level. If you had another jug and you stuck this down another jug and it's full of water and that jug is full of water, they would balance out until that water would equal the water in the other jug. But the idea here is we set this jug up. We're just going to set it on a big old piece of 2x8, 2x10, whatever, and it is attached to your post, big old post there, and you got that setting right there, and you got that water level exactly the same height as your first post, the post you want all of your other posts to be even with. Okay, that's the one you want to set this at, the one that's the boss, the one that everything else has to be the same. This post might be the one that's the furthest down the hill, because you want to bury it so many feet in the ground, and if you go up here on top of the hill and you got one and you bury it 3 feet in the ground, then you go off the hill, all of a sudden this thing has to sit on top of the ground to be even. So you want to go to the post that's going to have to be the shortest, if that makes any sense to you, because you can always dig a hole deeper, but you can't make a post taller. So this is your boss. This is your main post. This is the one everybody else has to match. And then you go over here to another post that you've got sitting in the ground, or getting ready to sit in the ground, and you've dug a hole 3 foot deep, 4 foot deep, whatever, because you higher up on a hill. Well, all you got to do is make a mark of where that water comes to, and you can cut that post off right there, and it will be exactly the same height as that right there. Exactly. And then you take this hose, you go over to another post, you make your mark. The idea here is, go ahead and set all your posts. Set them all on the ground, your 3 foot, your 4 foot deep, ever how deep you want to set them. Go ahead and set them in concrete, get them all squared up, get them all perfectly plumb and level. Everything is the way you want it. You've got everything except the height. And then with those posts securely in place, you can go around with your water level, and depending on the size you're building, for example, my tubing is 100 foot long. I've just bought a whole roll of it, and I can use it, on a pretty good sized building. This works for concrete blocks. Whenever you start laying up corners of your concrete blocks, you can go and you make sure that all 4 corners are coming up the same. Oh, you can find, we're getting a little bit low here, so we need to add a little bit of mud on the next run of blocks here. And instead of trusting that little string level, you got you a string coming from one point to the other, and you got that little level that hooks on there. And you're trying to make sure that that thing is level with a string. If that level is closer to one side than it is the other, that string is going to naturally have a bow in it. Not that much of a bow, but it's going to have a slight bow. You can't get it perfectly banjo string tight. And wherever that little level is, it's going to bow it slightly. And if you're closer to one side than you are the other, well, that's what's going to happen to your level, and then it's not going to show accurate. All right, but this way, impossible to get wrong. Water seeks its own level. So go out there, set all your posts. I've done this for the benefit of one of my subscribers and viewers. Go out there, set all of your posts, get them all good and secure. Come back the next day, pick the shortest one, wherever it may be, because ain't no need to cut the shortest one. Anyway, get it all set up, or maybe you want them all a certain height off the ground, or maybe they all got to match this wall over here. Whatever. Get your reference point that you like. Set this jug with its water to that point, and then take your hose that's got that water in around all the other posts. Make your mark. That's where you cut them off, and every single post is perfectly level. Now, the way I would personally do it, the order in which I would do it, is if I've got all my posts in the ground, then I would also have my stringers nailed to them. And that post might be sticking up, this high, up this high right here. But I'd have my 2x10s, 2x12s, 2x6s, whatever. I would have them nailed exactly on that mark. And when it come time to cut these posts off, I got them 2x to help support my saw. That's the way I do it. Okay? Alright. Well, that's about all the rambling I'm going to do today. I just want to let y'all know I appreciate you a whole bunch. It's been quite an experience this past week dealing with all my supportive subscribers, and people say, hey, how about you doing a little 2-wheel cart for it, all that. And all those times I was going to my honey hole getting bicycles to repair for kids, I come across several of them little girls' bicycles. Got the little tiny wheels on, little bicycle wheels. You know, I mean, they got a tire and tube. You know, they're like 8 or 10 inch diameter. So I'm looking at maybe doing something like that. We'll see. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.